Welcome to another episode of Late Bloomer Golf. A little different episode today, in honor of the fact that I'll be getting some new sticks coming in. I thought we would do a kind of a what's in the bag, what I've been gaming for the last couple years while I've been kind of grinding my way up to the top. Hopefully next week will be really good. We're going to be me and the moon of my life. Little foreshadowing of where the episode's going to go, if you know what that phrase means. We're going to go to Paris Landing this weekend. I'm going to play the course. It's one of my favorite courses around, and hopefully the wife is going to get some good stuff for content for next week. We're going to try to hit a hole-in-one probably this week, and that's the goal. But until then, today we're just going to do a little what's in the bag, in honor of the fact that in the next week or two I should be getting some new things in that have been fitted to me, tailor-made for me, but not actually tailor-made because I'm not just the first tailor-made, but clubs that are going to be fitted to me that I'm really excited to kind of start my grinding more with. But these are the ones I've had since I graduated college. My family all chipped in and bought me this set of irons. So without further ado, what I've been gaming the last few years, irons-wise, is the Callaway Mavericks. The one thing you'll notice about this bag is that it's incredibly inconsistent. I have a regular flex shaft here. I use mid-sized grips because at one point I thought I liked them. Now I don't. But these have been really good to me. They're hot off the face. At least they used to be. They're pretty forgiving irons. It's gotten to the point now, though. It sounds strange where they with the shaft combo that I have. It's a low ball flight. It's meant to help get the distance, but that's not where I want anymore. I can get the distance myself, and I kind of need a little higher ball flight. And these just really aren't geared for a high ball flight. They're really geared more towards penetrating and getting rollout and all that stuff. So while they've been really good for giving, what I've bought is, I'll show you hopefully in another episode, but the Ping I-530s, a little bit more players. They are hot still, but with the shaft combination of the dynamic gold extra stiffs, I can put things up high. I can get them landing and sticking, which is what I want it to do. And man, they're sweet. I can't wait to get them. All right, so we started Game of Thrones. I've already watched Game of Thrones all the way through by myself. My wife has just started watching it with me, and she is loving it. I mean, you put an episode on, it's a small kid killing an adult, yay, or it's an adult killing a small kid, and there's just so much stuff. She's loving it. We're on season 3 right now. The only negative, of course, and if you watch the show, is the brothel scenes. When the brothel scenes happen, I retract into a shell. I find every excuse to get out of the room. You can only use the excuse that, hey, the dialogue here is really important a couple times. And eventually they catch on and they know it has nothing to do with the dialogue. So there are times where it's fight or flight. You got to just stand in there and take it because you're going to get ridiculed for it. Even though she's watching the show with you and watching it. You've watched this show? Yes, I've watched the show. All right, and I'm still here. We're still married. We still love each other. Okay. Sometimes it's important for a brothel scene. And anyway, sometimes you got to find a way to get out of the room, and then wait till you hear a bunch of like death screams, and usually that means a battle's going on. You can come back in the room, except for a few times it is just people in the brothel getting murdered, and then that time you're still in the brothel. Abort. Do not go back in the room with the wife. All right, other than that, we're loving the show. All right, I'll move on to the next thing. So I didn't know, I was so ignorant to golf. I thought, if I have the Maverick irons, then I have to have Maverick everything. That's called matching, right? You match. If you're wearing black, then you can wear anything black, except navy. You wear navy and black. Don't. This is a light blue. This is a light blue. Anyway, I thought you had to match. All right, so I was ignorant, and I used, my driver is also the Callaway Maverick, and this has a stiff shaft in here. So what we'll notice once again, Project X hazardous stiff shaft is I got irons and regular shaft. I got this driver and a stiff. I got a 3-wood and a regular. I got wedge and a stiff. I didn't understand. I got on eBay. I saw a good deal. I bought it. From a guy whose eBay name wasn't necessarily the most professional thing, but I bought it because I was like, oh, it's just a driver. I don't know what the shafts mean. All right, so I've kind of been gaming it like that, The 3-wood, little Murray State head cover, shoes up, go Racers. Except for John Moran, I don't know how I feel about him anymore. He is an alumni, but some life choices, of course, lately. Now, if he just goes slam dunks on ESPN again, I'll probably like him again. Get the Maverick 3-wood going here, regular flex shaft. Just a lot of inconsistencies in the bag. Some clubs that I can hit up high, some I can't hit high. Some of them that, because of the whippiness to them, are a little bit harder to control for me. So a lot of that can kind of be an issue. Now, this bad boy, this is going to be buried with me. This is one of my most prides, my biggest pride and joy. All right, is this putter. Oh, and I won it with money that I won in a Masters pool. So not only is it a statement to gambling, but also a statement to perseverance. And that's what gambling is all about, really, is perseverance. Very happy with that. Very happy. So yeah, very pleased with the Newport. Do I hit more putts with it? No. Does it make me better having a very expensive putter? Absolutely not. But when I get over the ball and I think about all the decisions I could have made financially to help others, and I think about how instead I chose to use that money, gambling money, of course, for this, it doesn't weigh on me at all, because gambling money shouldn't be used for others. It's dirty money. Dirty money should be used on dirty things like expensive putters. I shouldn't be taking gambling money and putting it in the offering. That's wrong. Okay, it should be going towards things like this gorgeous Scotty Cameron that will lay next to me or my sons, like a Valerian steel sword or something like that, a family named item that can kill White Walkers. Spoilers. So she loves the show. Love Ned Stark, dead. Really started to, what was his name? Oh, Khal Drogo, dead. Season 3, that's all she's at. So she's got no idea. I mean, there's 20 people that she sits there and goes, I love those people, and they have no idea that they're going to get beheaded, castrated, ripped in half. I mean, she's got no idea. She's like, oh, it's a small kid. They won't kill a small kid. They're going to kill that small kid. All right, it's a great show. All right, we walked the 3 and 4 hybrids of the Mavericks that I rarely ever hit. I just don't like them. And my 5-iron, isn't much different than the 4 hybrid. And I can hit the 5-iron a little higher than the hybrid. So, really, I don't have much use for any of these things other than the fact that I can say, like, I have a matching set. Which now, once again, what I thought made me cool actually makes me as lame as possible. And then I have this gorgeous piece of workmanship. This ping driving iron crossover from the G40 425 lineup. Now, this baby right here is perfect for if the driver's not working. You need like a 200, 220, shot. It's a windy day. You want to keep it under the wind. This baby right here. And it's perfect for the 1 or 2 holes that I play a year. It's perfect. Oh, I buy this thing. I spend money on it. I put it in my bag. It sits there. It festers. It rots. And then right then, you're at a course, and it just happens to be the day where it's windy, and the wind happens to be in your face, and you're not hitting the driver good today, and you're like, you know what? Today's the day. I'm going to use this thing. It's a perfect investment if you're just wanting to get a couple uses out of it a year. All right, now we get to the wedges. We only have 2 wedges, a 52 that we never use because I cut it down too short, so it really just goes as far as my 56. But it's more of a conversation piece. It's the Kirkland, all right, 52 degree. Love it, feels good, plays good. But my favorite club in the bag is by far the Mac Daddy 5 Jaws, 56 degree, stiff shaft. I love it. It does everything for me. It's like what's it? The hot sauce orange. I put that on everything. Didn't mean to do an impersonation of something else about there. I put that on everything. But anyway, that is what is in the bag at the moment. Now we're going to be getting new irons. We've ordered a new driver. We'll be getting a fitting for wedges and woods later date, and we'll be figuring out the bag a little bit. But we're very, very excited for what's to come. Not only the golf game, but for season 3. Because one thing she has no clue about is the reigns of Castamere. If you know what I'm talking about, you know. She's going to cry. She's going to, for a second, completely forget about the real world and real problems. And she's going to put herself in that show and think that those things are happening for real. Those are real people dying. It's going to be great. And I'm going to add on to it. How many times am I going to say, that's the last Christmas that little girl ever had? No more Christmases gathered around. No more family events, looking around the table and seeing everyone you love. I'll absolutely pour that on the fire, because I love it when people just get really wrapped in and emotionally invested into a show. Like, oh, remember the last words that were said to her? Remember those? He has to live with that. Oh, I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. And I can't wait for next week to see a little bit of shots from parasliding, maybe a little new set of clubs coming on. All right, just tune in for next week.